Good evening and welcome to the Chat WKU Facebook Live version. My name is Amy Hefstetler and I'm the coordinator of multicultural recruitment within the Office of Admissions at WKU. I'm from Shelton, Connecticut originally and came to WKU for the awesome community and atmosphere that we have here on the Hill. Today joining me are two of my colleagues, and if you all don't mind, just introduce yourselves.
Yeah, hey everybody, my name's Allison Smith. I am the Assistant Director for Recruitment and Admissions in the Honors College here at Western Kentucky University. I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky, and I was a student at WKU when I did my undergrad and my master's, and I chose WKU for the great personal environment, and I was also a member of the Honors College.
Hey everybody, I'm Alec Brown. I'm a senior here at WKU in the Honors College. I'm from Brownsburg, Indiana. I'm majoring in mathematics and economics, and I actually work on campus as a student assistant in the president's office. And I came to WKU because I met a whole bunch of great people on tours and across campus, and I just felt like this was my home.
Awesome. Thank you all both so much for joining us tonight. Today we are going to roll through your questions. We're going to get as many answers as we can. Don't forget, as we're going, to make sure that you send those questions to our Facebook feed, as well as you can tweet us and ask us any types of questions that way. Just make sure you use the hashtag ChatWKU so that we can find your questions. First question already. You guys are really on top of it this evening. Caitlin asks, my biggest question is for once you've been accepted, when and where do you go to apply for housing? Caitlin, that's an awesome question. I know there's a lot of students that are out there who've already been accepted and they're thinking about next steps of what to do. Allison, do you mind talking about housing?
Yeah, absolutely. So once you've been admitted to WKU, you can apply for housing anytime. You can apply today if you want to. So we always encourage students to visit our Housing and Residence Life website. It's at wku.edu/housing, and you'll see a link on the right-hand side to apply now.
Also, don't forget, they do have a priority deadline of March 31st, so you'll want to make sure that your housing application and deposit are in by that date. You can also go through TopNet. So for those of you who have been on the website, who've been playing around a little bit on TopNet, you can go in that way and fill out your housing application as well. All right, next question. Anna wants to know, when will I get my housing assignment and when will I know more about parking? All right, you're a resident student expert on the panel tonight. So do you mind answering that question?
So as far as knowing about housing and a little bit more about parking, it's in late July, so it's a little bit later on, but that's when you kind of find out about everything. And then you come to campus in middle August and you get right on going.
All right, awesome, good, good. All right, we've got a couple more questions that have just rolled in. Oh my gosh. Okay, Mickey wants to know, how does a student pay for tuition if scholarships don't cover anything? Don't cover everything? Mickey, that's an awesome question. Of course, we encourage students to apply for scholarships. You can go through our top dollar scholarship source right now as well. But if your scholarships don't cover everything, there's a lot of different ways that you can make payments to WKU. You can reach out to our bursar's office, which is going to be kind of like the billing office here on campus. You can certainly talk about payment plans and different payment options as well. And different departments are going to have different scholarships as well. So, for example, the Honors College may have a scholarship opportunity for you. So just keep your eye out on the website. That's going to be a great way to find different ways to get that free money, those scholarships, those grants, that sort of thing. Also, make sure you fill out your FAFSA. If you haven't already filled out a FAFSA, it opened up early this year on October 1st. So make sure you fill that guy out if you haven't done so already. All right, let's see. Courtney wants to know, how do you request a roommate?
Well, I'll say there's lots of options. I can talk about a few, and then Alec may have some more suggestions. But our Housing and Residence Life office does a really, really great job of helping match students based on surveys that they fill out when you apply for housing on where your interests lie, what time you like to go to bed, what time you like to study, a lot of really important things that will come into play when you're living with a roommate for the first time. So if you're coming to WKU and you may not know someone to room with, that's okay. Housing will help you out with that and help match you with someone with similar interests and preferences to yours. So that's one really, really great way. And I know a lot of students will also utilize social media and Facebook, Twitter to reach out and find some other of their peers from other schools possibly who are attending WKU and might be interested in similar things and might be a good roommate.
All right, we got another one. Let's see. Lexi, hey Lexi. Lexi's a joint admission student with Sky CTC. Okay, Sky CTC right here in Bowling Green. Can she join a sorority? Let's see. Can we speak to, in terms of Greek life, I know I'm not 100% sure about the process with that. We do have an office of Greek activities here on campus. You can certainly reach out to them through our website at wku.edu/SAO, which is the student activities page. On the left-hand side, you can certainly click on one of those Greek life links and get some more information, especially, Lexi, if you're interested in a specific sorority on campus. We can certainly get you some more information about that. Hope that helps. Okay. Jerry. All right, Jerry. Jerry wants to know if freshmen can bring their cars to campus. Yeah, bring it on. Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. We do have the option of, as Alex said, to get your parking pass in the summer. But I know that Parking and Transportation has a really cool car-free program at WKU as well. So if you decide not to bring your car for the fall, maybe you can leave your car at home, or you definitely want to build that campus community while you're here for the first semester of your freshman year. They have awesome perks like being a part of the Enterprise Car Share program. I think you can get your bike fixed for limited cost or for free, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they have a lot of great things.
Lots of great transit provided for free and at WKU as well as in the city of Bowling Green. So if you do not have a car on campus, it's very easy to hop on one of our bus lines, and that will take you into town and to go grocery shopping or go to the mall or the movie theater or wherever you might like to go. But it also will loop you around campus as well.
Also, I think it's a great way to make friends. A lot of students will get together, and I'll go to those places together as well. So it's a really awesome way to meet new people around campus as well. Okay, a lot of people want to know when you're going to receive information about financial aid. Okay, so I have to tell you, I don't know the answer to that right off the top of my head. You can certainly visit the financial aid website, get in contact with them. I know they have a Twitter account as well, so you can certainly tweet them. Is it at WKU Financial Aid or at Financial Aid WKU? But you can certainly tweet them and ask them more specific questions about your specific situation. Every student is a little bit different when it comes to financial aid. We know that, so we want to make sure that you get a personalized experience with the financial aid department as well.
Yeah. And if you have questions, it looks like you can also email them at fa.help@wku.edu. So that's another great option.
There you go. Okay, so Kinsey wants to know about housing deposits. Yeah, our housing deposits refundable, and if you can apply without a roommate. Either one of y'all want to take that?
I'll start with the roommate. So I applied not knowing a whole lot of people here, and I did a random roommate, and it worked out really great. He's one of my better friends, and we've talked to one another every year we've been on campus. We had a great relationship while we were roommates. So you can absolutely apply without a roommate, and I'd highly encourage you to do that.
And regarding whether or not the housing deposit is refundable, what I would suggest is communicating directly with our Housing and Residence Life office and double checking that if you may be in a situation where that might be something that you would need to explore.
All right, awesome. Oh my gosh, they're coming in fast and furious. Okay, Allison wants to know if letters of recommendation are needed for Honors College and Cherry Presidential Scholarship applications.
Well, Allison will answer that question. So we do not require letters of recommendation for the Honors College application or the Cherry Presidential application. We do have some students that will elect to send those in, and they are optional. You're certainly welcome to do that. If you would like to submit an optional letter of recommendation, you can send that via email to honors wku.admissions@wku.edu, and that will be attached with both of your applications. But again, they're not scored. It's not a requirement, so if you haven't asked the teacher for anything like that, that is perfectly fine.
There you go. Anna wants to know, do I need to include my WKU ID with my roommate request? Yes, I believe you do, Anna, and make sure that if you have a roommate that you're requesting specifically, you put their name and their student ID number. The student ID number, along with the name, is going to be the easiest way that we're going to be able to connect students together. So that's the easiest way. Make sure you include your student ID on all of your communications with WKU. It's going to make getting back in contact with you so much faster, so much easier, because we can look you up in our system and make sure that we have the correct information for you. Okay, what is the required GPA for admission? Okay, so I can handle that one, I think. So admissions requirements at WKU are pretty easy. We require a 2.5 unweighted GPA, or a 20 on the ACT, or a 10/20 on the SAT. So we will take either the ACT or the SAT. Encourage students to take both, the ACT or SAT. We are going to take the highest score. We do not super score, so we are going to take the highest composite of any one of those test scores. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Logan wants to know, can I make changes to the housing application if I find a roommate later?
And I believe the answer to that is yes. As Amy already mentioned, you'll want to make sure you include your WKU ID number with any of those requests, but you can reach out directly to our Housing and Residence Life office via email or contact them over the phone. And if you do have any changes to your housing application prior to roommate assignments coming out, they will certainly do their best to try to reflect those changes on your application.
There you go. And you should be able to make those pretty easily, I think. All right, Michelle wants to know tips on how to help out-of-state students with the cost. Michelle, we've got a lot of great things, and we talked a little bit about scholarships a little bit earlier, but the other thing is, too, it depends on where you live out of state. So we do have out-of-state tuition at WKU, but we also have what's called the Tuition Incentive Program, which is an assistance program that allows students within certain counties to be eligible for reduced tuition. So make sure that if you don't know if you live in a tuition incentive program county, you can visit our website through the admissions page, wku.edu/admissions, and look for TIP, the Tuition Incentive Program, and see if you would potentially meet the requirements or live in one of the counties that has different tuition costs.
And do you have any tips, Alec, as an out-of-state student?
As an out-of-state student, I certainly do. I'd encourage any student on campus, regardless of whether they're out-of-state or not, to search across campus for an on-campus job, because just about every single department that I know of on campus has a student worker. Bowling Green also has a ton of local businesses and restaurants that need part-time workers. So if you need a job or you need that extra bit of help, you can certainly find somewhere to get those help.
Yeah. Great.
We also have for our students who are truly out of state, so if you don't meet the tuition incentive program, you don't reside in one of those counties, we have an awesome scholarship at a 3.0 and a 25 on the ACT that would make you eligible for a $10,000 renewable scholarship for 4 years. That $10,000 scholarship can stack on top of other scholarships as well, so if you're eligible for anything else from the Honors College on top of your work study, those sorts of things, we can certainly do our best to make college as affordable for you as we can. Okay, Emily wants to know, when will I get my WKU email address? I know, you got to get that thing. I'm telling you.
That's a great question, Emily, and I believe that those will come out once you've gone through registration with WKU, so we refer to that as our Topper Orientation Program. You'll hear lots more about that as you get into this spring and this summer, but when you come onto campus and you take care of your registration for that first semester, your email address will be generated and given to you after that.
After that as well, make sure that you check that email address regularly.
All the time.
because we are going to stop sending information to your personal and start sending it to your Topper mail. So just make sure that after you get that email address, you start checking it as well. Okay, Jerry wants to know, how long does it take to hear back about my application. Jerry, typically for students who fill out a general admissions application at WKU, once we received all the pieces of your application, which include the application fee or fee waiver if you qualify for one, your official high school transcripts, and your ACT or SAT score, it typically takes us about 7 to 10 business days to get back in touch with you. So make sure you're checking your email, checking that mailbox within about 2 weeks of us receiving all of your documents. You can also always go back out to the website where you filled out the application. There's a link that says check my application status. You can go there and see if there's anything left that's missing. If there is, just make sure you follow up with that documentation. If you feel like you've sent something and it says that it's still missing or it's still pending, feel free to give our office a call or send our office an email, and we are more than happy to double check that for you as well.
Yeah, and for those of you out there who might be interested in applying to the Honors College, we do have a priority application deadline of December 1st. So once you've gone through the admission process for WKU and you've been admitted here at the university, you are eligible to get into the Honors app. Once that is filled out and we receive that in December, we will go through all of those, get those processed and out to our reviewing team, and it is typically early February that all decisions are released for the Honors College, and those we do via mail, and there also will be updates on the application status page that Amy talked about online.
Awesome. Okay, Mary Carroll wants to know, how hard is it to get into the photojournalism program? All right, I got to be honest with you, Mary Carroll. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure about that. I would definitely encourage you to go out to the website, WKU, go into that search bar and type in photojournalism. If there are extra requirements to get into the program, those will be all out there. Oftentimes you can also see a projected class schedule and all different kinds of things like that, just based on the different majors that you may be interested in. Mm-hmm. Anything that I missed? I don't know that much.
Think so.
Okay. Does my GPA from all years of high school count towards admissions? Good question. Technically, yes, because we're going to be looking at your cumulative GPA. So we're going to be looking at the compilation of all your work at WKU for general admissions. So yes, unweighted as well. So we're going to be looking at that unweighted GPA. So if you're looking at weighted and unweighted, WKU is going to be looking for weighted GPA for admissions and scholarships. Is there a choir? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of them.
Yeah, there's multiple.
There are a few. I know a few people in each one, actually.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. And I believe you don't have to be a music major to be a part of the choir as well. So you can certainly do that as an activity in your free time. Is there an FFA student club? Kelsey wants to know. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
To be honest, I'm not sure if we have a specific FFA club. I know there are several clubs within our agriculture department that you might be interested in. Block and Bridle is a really popular one, and there are several others. And so on the website that Amy was speaking about earlier, when we got a question about Greek life, wku.edu/SAO for Student Activities Office, there is a listing of all of our registered student organizations on campus. So that is something that you can take a look at and see if there is anything that sounds appealing to you.
All right. Brooklyn wants to know, are there requirements for the physical therapy program? Brooklyn, that's an awesome question. Same type of thing. For the specific questions about majors, there are some majors that do require separate admission. So you must be admitted to the university first, and then you may be required to submit some extra documentation for your perceived major or your projected major. And they may be looking at your grades based on specific courses that you take once you get to WKU. So there may not be a separate application, but there may be some specific courses that you may be interested in and may need to take. Same thing, check out physical therapy. Most of our students who are pre-physical therapy go into exercise science, kinesiology, biology. So you could certainly go ahead and visit those websites and see what their requirements are if they have extra requirements for the pre-physical therapy track within any one of those programs. Emily wants to know, where can I get more information on the vocal music major? Is it redundant if we keep saying on the website? Yeah. Do you guys know?
Well, what I would suggest is visiting us online at wku.edu/music, and that will have some great resources for you. If you have specific questions about any academic department, as Alec mentioned, there are great student assistants in almost every single one of those, and there are some really great staff members that are available to answer your questions. If you want to shoot them an email or pick up the phone and give us a call, those programs will certainly be willing to help answer anything that you have specifically related to that area.
Awesome. Let's see. Is there an athletic training major? Sorry, Will, we don't have athletic training as a major. We do have pre-physical therapy, and of course those science courses like exercise science, kinesiology, biology, biochemistry, all of those will give you an excellent basis for any one of those types of majors, any one of those pre-professionals, including physical therapy, occupational therapy, sports medicine, all of those. So. Okay, Kenzie wants to know, how can I join the Learn and Earn program? That's a great question, Kenzie. For the Learn and Earn program at WKU, I definitely encourage you to visit the website for that as well. I know that in general, there are going to be different organizations, careers, and different things like that that are going to be open to accept resumes for the Learn and Earn program. But I would definitely encourage you to go online onto our website. I believe wku.edu/learnandearn is going to be the website that you can go to and find out the specifics on how to get involved in the Learn and Earn program. Yeah. Okay. What is master plan and how do I sign up? Awesome question. Anybody?
I can talk a little bit about what it is. I guess a master plan is about a week-long program put on by WKU for all incoming freshmen. You come to school a little bit early, about a week before classes start, and you just go through a little bit of an introduction to the Hill. You get to know some of the people that you're going to be living with and experience some of the social activities that are put on campus. I know we typically have a concert and a big dance party as well, so it's a lot of fun, and it's nice to come here to campus and experience what life's on the Hill is like before you have to do the class, and certainly deal with some of the stress that comes along with that.
Yeah. And to sign up for Master Plan, you can do that online, wku.edu/masterplan, and get signed up for that. And I believe you can also do that via TopNet as well once you've been admitted to WKU. So feel free to take advantage of that program.
Yeah, and the Master Plan program will be at those topper orientations that we talked about a little bit earlier too. So generally you can get some more information about them there too. All right, Caroline wants to know, how difficult is it to get into the Honors College, Allison?
Well, I can talk about it from my perspective, and then we'll give Alec a second to talk about it as well. So that's a great question, Caroline. More than anything, I would say, first off, don't really focus on how difficult it might be. We don't want you stressed out about it by any means. My best suggestion to students is let your personality come through on your application. That is most important. We want to get to know who you are, what ideas you have, why you're interested in WKU, and what you can bring to that community, what you're interested in. So more than anything, think about someone who's never ever met you before, reading that application, and what do you want them to really know about you. So make sure to give us a lot of detail, let us get to know you through your writing, and that's the most important thing. So we do get several applications for the Honors College, and we typically offer admission to about 50% of the students who apply, but as much information as you can give us about yourself is certainly the better.
I can't really do anything other than kind of add on to what Allison said. She really hit the nail on the head when it comes to the essays. Those are definitely the place that you can shine and show just your true personality and show what you can bring to our college here on WKU's campus. Don't fret. If you don't get in as a first-year freshman, you can certainly come to WKU, focus on your schoolwork, do really well in the classroom, and you can apply again once you're here. And it's certainly a little bit easier to get in because of that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Logan wants to know, how soon can I get involved in a club?
As soon as you'd like.
Yeah, as soon as you want.
And when I say that, I mean as soon as you'd like. Like, you can come to campus, join a club during Master Plan, and be involved the next week.
Mm-hmm. There you go. It is that easy. Chloe wants to know, does the Honors College provide any special benefits?
Alec, you want to take that one?
From the student perspective, the Honors College provides priority registration, which is something that's very, very important. You get to get into your classes a little bit sooner than most of the students on campus, and also I like to think that housing is a bit of a benefit as well. I loved living in Minton, which is our on-campus honors freshman residence hall. It's right in the center of campus, so you're not too far away from DSU and all the stuff that's going on there. You're also really close to your classes. Just the community in general in the Honors College is something that's really, really special, but that community isn't solely in the Honors College. It's definitely across WKU on the whole as well.
Absolutely.
All right. Jackson wants to know we got a lot of honors rolling in now. What does being a member of the Honors College entail?
So I would say, Jackson, kind of aside from the things that Alec has already mentioned, obviously academics is a big piece of what we do. So the Honors College has a 33 credit hour curriculum. That curriculum, for the most part, embeds into things that you are already studying. So you'll take a handful of classes as honors sections of those classes, but you'll pull from your major courses, your general education courses, your electives. So kind of similar to in high school if you took the AP version of a class. That's something that we kind of equate it to here. So there's always the class component, but then we have a lot of great social activities and things that we do all the time. It's a strong community like Alec mentioned. So we've always got something going on within the Honors College, and so you can certainly be as involved in that community as you want to be.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, Russ wants to know, is there a way to see what alumni are doing in their careers? That's a great question, Russ. I know that in general, different departments can keep track of their students and what they're doing. Incomes are definitely important to us at WKU. Does Honors College keep track of outcomes of their students?
Yeah, we do. We actually have a great location on our website. If you go to wku.edu/honors/student stories. There's some great stories there for both alumni of the Honors College and some of our current students that are doing some really cool things. So that would be a great place to look. And I think that several academic colleges have something similar, as well as our alumni office sometimes profiles past students on their website and in some of their magazines. And so we have a great magazine called our WKU Spirit magazine that always has some neat updates about what some of our recent graduates and past graduates are up to.
Awesome. And WKU grads, we are 20% below the unemployment rates from students in other colleges. So we definitely at WKU pride ourselves in finding students different opportunities, whether through internships while they're still here at WKU. That's often a great gateway for getting a job within the organization that you're taking an internship at. So we definitely do encourage students to get involved while you're on campus and start that process early. We also have a career development center here on campus that allows students to work on resumes, work on different sort of career dress, getting a professional headshot, how to make your LinkedIn profile look professional, all of those different things. So we definitely have that for student help as well. Okay. What if you don't meet the minimum GPA to get into WKU? Is there still a way to get in? Yes, there is, of course. WKU has what's called the Composite Admissions Index. And if you go to the website, the admissions website, there is a place where you can, I believe it's on the left-hand side, a link that says Composite Admissions Index. You can click on that, put in your GPA and ACT score, and based on that, you will know whether you're automatically going to be accepted into WKU or if you're going to be considered for competitive admission. So if you don't quite meet that 2.5 or 20 benchmark, don't fret, don't lose hope. Definitely go to the Composite Admissions Index and see if that could work for you as well. Victoria wants to know, can you be in honors if you are a student athlete?
That is an awesome question, Victoria, and the answer is absolutely. So we have quite a few student athletes that are in the Honors College currently. What I always tell students is a lot of times you come out of high school and you've been super involved with activities, and when you get to college you want to do the same thing, and we want that for you. So many of our students, if they're not involved in our athletic programs here at WKU, they're a member of a Greek organization or here on campus, or maybe a campus ministry, student club, student organizations. So there's all kinds of ways to be involved. And whether you're in honors or not, we certainly encourage you to do that and make the most of your college experience in that way.
Definitely. Okay, Haley wants to know, do I submit my housing application before making a deposit, the housing deposit, attendance deposit? So we don't actually have, Haley, we don't have an enrollment deposit at WKU. So there is no extra deposit that you have to make, just the housing deposit for housing. And then if you opt for master plan, there's a fee for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think we had a residence hall question.
Did we have another residence hall? Chris wants to know, how do I choose the best residence hall for me? That's a great question, Chris.
That's absolutely a great question. There's some Periscope tours on Wednesday. There's actually going to be a Periscope tour on Wednesday, so that's really cool. I would say just do some searching around on social media as well. Kind of try to figure out where other people in your incoming class are living, and certainly go from there. I know WKU HRL does the best job they can when it comes to sorting through all those housing preferences, and they try to make sure that each student is in the best place that they're going to be for them.
Mm-hmm. And our housing website at wku.edu/housing has lots of great photos and descriptions of each of our residence halls as well. So the amenities that are located in that hall, what the room is set up like, what that looks like. So that's a great resource for you also.
Awesome. Okay, Will wants to know.
I'm excited about
I am a mascot in high school. Can I continue that in college? Will, we would love for you to come and be Big Red if you want.
But don't tell anybody, Will, that you are Big Red. It's kind of a secret around here. So there is an audition process that happens every year, I think. I don't know if it's every semester, but at least every year. And they open up tryouts for Big Red, and you go through that process, and there are several students who take part in that here.
Yeah. Brittany wants to know, do you offer a major in social work? Brittany, we offer more than a bachelor's degree in social work. We also offer the master's degree in social work as well. So we offer the 4-year BSW and MSW in social work. So yes, definitely, we would love to have you as part of our social work program as well. What else, guys? I feel like these questions are coming in. So you guys have some amazing questions. Make sure you keep them coming. Remember, you can tweet us at WKU, at WKU admissions, at WKU, or with the hashtag #ChatWKU, so that we can go in and find those questions and keep those questions coming. We've got some more time here while we're live on Facebook. Our next question is, how do I apply for scholarships? Great question. In general, for the Office of Admissions, there is no extra scholarship application for our general merit-based scholarships at WKU. So once you apply to WKU, if you meet the GPA and ACT requirements for those specific scholarships, we will offer those to you automatically. We do, however, have a top dollar scholarship website, which compiles all of the other scholarships that WKU has to offer. I think last check, there was like 19 pages of scholarships out there. There is an application for that. So make sure you take your time on that application, because what that's going to do is it's going to filter down all of the scholarships that are going to be specific for you based on your personality, clubs and organizations that you're a part of, GPA, whether you're interested in the honors college. All of those things are going to be a part of that application. And that way we can whittle those 19 pages down to maybe 2 pages. And typically those are going to require something else as well. So similar to the Honors College application, where there's going to be an essay requirement, there may be an essay requirement. There may be a personal statement or something like that that's going to go along with those different scholarships. Mm-hmm.
And we do have one competitive scholarship here at WKU that's been mentioned a couple of times in the questions already, but our Cherry Presidential Scholarship does require a separate application component as well. So once you've applied to WKU and been admitted, if you meet the requirements for the Cherry Presidential, which are a 31 ACT composite, or the equivalent on the SAT if you've taken the SAT, and a 3.8 unweighted GPA, we will utilize the Honors College application as your application for the Cherry Presidential Scholarship. You just need to make sure to submit that honors app by December 1st.
Scholarship deadline as well is January 15th. So you must be accepted to WKU by January 15th. That top dollar scholarship application is due by February 1st. So just to keep track, Honors College Cherry Presidential, December 1, regular scholarship, January 15th, top dollar scholarship, February 1st. Okay. Kansas, I was accepted. Congratulations! When will I get my letter and what do I do next? Typically, you'll get your letter just within a couple of business days, of working days. Make sure you're checking your email as well. Generally, you're going to get something in your email letting you know that you've been accepted. Next steps, we've talked a little bit about housing. We've talked about housing, so that's a great next step. And then look out for the information about Topper Orientation Program. Also, if you're interested in applying to the Honors College, make sure you fill out that application as well. Now that you've been accepted, you should be able to access that application as well.
All right, what is next?
All right, Ricky wants to know, is there a pre-law program at WKU? Yes.
Yes, yes there is.
Yes, there is. Most of our students, with any of the pre-professional programs at WKU, typically you pick a major. So if you are interested in pre-law, you can major in history, English, criminology, really any one of our 200 majors that we offer at WKU. So certainly take a look at our website. If you go to wku.edu/majors, you'll be able to see a full list of all of those majors. So hopefully we'll see you on campus pre-law. Caitlin wants to know, how long does it take to be accepted into the Honors College?
That's a great question, Caitlin. And if you apply by our priority deadline of December 1st, we usually get notifications out to those students who have met that deadline in early February. So it takes us a little bit of time to break all those applications up and spend time reading them through December and January, and we'll let you know early February by mail if you have been accepted or not. We do let you know either way, and the Honors College does utilize a waiting list, so that could be an option as well. But you can also check your admissions status online for WKU also.
Awesome. Okay, Manuel wants to know, when do I set up my WKU email? After top, right? So after top, you'll get your email address. I believe if you don't get it, make sure you check with our IT department at WKU. I know that it comes in typically within a couple of days, maybe a week after you go through the Topper Orientation Program. So unfortunately, you can't check your Topper mail yet. You got to come into a Topper Orientation Program. But once you do that, you can certainly get that set up, give it all the bells and whistles, download the Outlook app to your phone if you want it to go there, all of that. Okay, is there a work program to help with tuition? Yes.
Yeah. Alec, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so like I mentioned a little bit earlier, just about every single department on campus has student workers, and so you can certainly go into your department, whether it's your major, or you can just go into a department that you want to work with, that you see they're looking for help, and you can find a job here on campus, and it certainly does help to pay for stuff, so that's nice.
Yeah, definitely. We also have off-campus jobs. Alec mentioned that earlier. Off-campus jobs. We offer, Office of Admissions has them, Honors as well. I know you can get a job at Preston. You can get a job in the library. There's tons of different jobs on campus that you can get through our work-study program through the Financial Aid Office website. So make sure you check out the Financial Aid Office to find the information about those different jobs. Haley wants to know, when do I find out if I've been awarded the automatic merit-based scholarships? That's a great question, Haley. The Financial Aid Office, again, that's going to be the best place to get that information, whether through fa.help@wku.edu is going to be the best place to find out those sorts of things. Generally, you may get some information at your Topper orientation in your packet, as well as you should get a pre-award letter. So if you've met the qualifications for one of those academic merit-based scholarships, check your mail. Make sure you're opening everything that has that little WKU cupola on it. It's got good information inside of it. And see if there's something that you've been awarded prior to when you get that general information, that award letter. Okay, Logan wants to know, when will I meet with my advisor for the first time? Great question, Logan.
So Logan, that is an absolutely great question. When you come to Topper Orientation Program, you'll meet with an advisor, whether that's your advisor or not within the department that you're registering for your major. They'll help you schedule your classes for your first semester and kind of get you introduced to what that looks like at WKU. And then as far as your first semester here on campus, you can meet with your advisor at any time. It's just located on your TopNet. Most of them will have a little schedule there. If they don't have one, then you can send them an email. I've met with my advisor every single semester here on campus. He's been easy to get a hold of, and he can meet with me pretty much any time that I need to talk to him.
Awesome. Okay, Reagan wants to know, can you explain joint admissions? What are the benefits? Yeah, Reagan. So joint admissions, of course, we always prefer that you come to WKU. It's been your entire 4 years with us here on the Hill. We, of course, want to have you the whole time. But if starting at a community college is the easiest way, and most convenient way, maybe most cost-effective way for you to start, we can certainly make it work. With joint admissions, keep in mind that we have a lot of freshmen who are awarded scholarships at WKU that you will not be eligible for if you transfer into WKU. Okay, so if after you become a first-time freshman somewhere else at another institution, you're no longer going to be eligible for some of those academic merit-based scholarships that come with being a first-time freshman at WKU, including the Cherry Presidential Scholarship. So you should most definitely take a look at all of your options, and definitely we definitely encourage you to weigh out the costs based on the different information that you get from WKU and from other institutions before deciding on joint admission. Oftentimes, it's worth it to come straight to WKU because of those first-time freshman scholarships, as well as the opportunities with top dollar. So it's a little bit of work maybe at the front end, but most definitely it's worthwhile to come as a first-time freshman. In terms of becoming a student, joint enrollment, the big thing that you need to make sure that you do is make sure you apply to WKU as well. We need to make sure that we have an application on file for you. So you can apply to your community college, the community college that we have a joint enrollment agreement with, and then make sure that you apply to WKU with joint enrollment as well. You get to know the faculty sooner at WKU. You actually have an academic advisor within your program if you come through the joint enrollment. So you'll have the opportunity to set up your classes at community college, as well as give a call to one of your advisors, maybe one of the ones that Alec had talked about, and just make sure that everything's going to come over easily. We want to make sure that your transition is very smooth to WKU, so that's a really great opportunity to do that with the joint enrollment. There are some other perks as well. You do have access to some of our athletic facilities and that sort of thing. But yeah, so that's going to be the big perk is going to be having access to that academic advisor. First things first. If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to the Office of Admissions as well. We'll be happy to talk to you about your specific situation and give you all of the different options as well. Okay. Chloe, okay, I want to pursue a degree through Potter College, but I haven't picked a major. Can I be undeclared within Potter College?
Yes, you can. So that is certainly fine. We have lots of students that start at WKU that might not know exactly what their path is going to look like in terms of what they want to study, and that is perfectly fine. So there is an office here on campus, our Academic Advising and Retention Center, that is here to help you out with that and help you plan your classes within things that you might be interested in. But you had asked specifically about Potter College, and many of our other academic colleges will do the same thing. If you know you're interested in the arts or the sciences or something like that, but you're not quite sure exactly where you want to land, that is okay. You can kind of narrow it down a little bit, take some classes within that, and then once you figure out where your passion lies, choose that major officially.
And of course, as most of you guys know, universities are broken down into colleges. Colleges are going to be your general areas of interest. For example, College of Business, College of Science and Engineering, Potter College of Arts and Letters. So those are going to be where your specific, maybe your general interests are, and then your majors, your different programs, those are going to fall within those colleges. So if you're talking about majors, you might be talking about something within the Potter College of Arts and Letters. Or if you're not sure, just like that question, maybe you just know that you're interested in the arts or you're interested in the sciences, you can certainly go as a more broad, in more broad strokes as well. Okay, Ricky wants to know, is there a wrestling team? Not at the Division I level. I know that. Is there a club team? Intramural sports?
I'm not positive. There might be through intramural sports. We have some great intramurals on campus. Alec's been a part of intramurals several times. He could talk a little bit about it too. But again, kind of referring you to our student activities website, wku.edu/SAO, has a listing of all of our registered student organizations. And if you are interested in athletics specifically, our athletics page website on campus would help you with that.
You can also always start a team. So if you grab a couple of your friends, you can start one of those intramural athletic club sports as well. Okay, Logan wants to know, are master plan and TOP different things? Yes. Yes. TOP is the Topper Orientation Program. That's a one-day session here on campus where you do things like get your student ID, pick your courses on that day, and we've got different sessions that are usually scheduled for students as well. The master plan is typically about a week. It's right before the start of classes, and it gives you some other options for things like finding out different clubs and organizations that you may be interested in, that social aspect, and navigating the hill, which we know can be a little bit stressful as you're walking up and down. So most definitely. What is there to eat? Next question is, what is there to eat on campus?
Very important question.
Right? Most definitely.
Very important question.
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, I can speak. I can speak to what
Alec
I like to eat on campus.
So I think the final number is between 22 and 24 on-campus restaurants. We're certainly very blessed to have a great relationship with some great places. We've got a Steak and Shake and a Chick-fil-A and Papa John's right in the center of campus in DSU, as well as a Starbucks, which is really important for people like coffee, or people who like coffee. We've got 2 different Subways on campus. We've got Panda Express up at the top of the hill, several different cafeterias, and some great little tiny spots in some of the academic buildings as well. So really, whatever you want to find on campus, you can find it. We've got plenty to offer, which is really good.
And if you're living on campus and you're coming into WKU too, I think one really great thing is there's a lot of variety, and everything kind of keeps different hours. So there's a lot of great options all throughout the day and the evening if you're going to be here on campus with us quite a bit. So.
Yeah. All right, so we've got about 10 minutes left. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. We've spent almost an hour. That's amazing. So don't forget, keep sending us your questions. We're going to keep answering them live just as quickly as we can. And hopefully you are following those links just as quickly as we can get them out of our mouths so that you can find that specific information about your questions if we can't answer them directly. It's about 10 more minutes. Don't forget, you can send us questions directly through Facebook. You can send them through Twitter with the hashtag #ChatWKU. And we will continue to answer them as soon as they come in. Okay, next question. What do meal plans cover? Do they include, okay, someone who's been here before. Do they include Chick-fil-A and Steak and Shake?
Yeah. So at Chick-fil-A, you can get the original chicken sandwich with French fries and a drink, or you can get some chicken tenders with French fries and a drink, or you can get a grilled chicken sandwich with French fries and a drink.
You can't tell, Alex is a resident meal plan.
Awesome.
We've never done that.
Steak and Shake, I think, offers the original double and cheese and fries and a drink, and a few other options as well. Every different restaurant that we have on campus has 3 or 4, maybe sometimes up to 6 or 7 different options that you can pay for with a meal plan. It's something that's very, very awesome that we're blessed to have here on campus. It's nice to be able to not have to worry about cooking for yourself, but just go over and grab some food real quick and go along with your day.
I love this. Will says that's pretty cool, the meals.
I agree.
So, I agree, Will.
Agreed. Yeah, most definitely. And we have so many places on campus that you can eat. I mean, you can go all over campus and you don't have to get tired. You don't have to eat at the same place every time. And of course, Fresh Food Company, got to give a shout out to Fresh Food Company. Their food is always really good in case you have time and you want to sit down and that sort of thing. So yeah. Okay, Brittany wants to know, do you have to live on campus? Yes, ma'am. You have to live on campus for the first 2 years at WKU, so as a freshman and a sophomore, but we do provide housing for all 4 years. So as your junior and senior year roll around, you can certainly still stay with us on campus. We offer some different housing options for juniors and seniors as well, including on-campus apartments. If you do decide to move off campus after your sophomore year, we've got a lot of different places within walking distance of WKU as well, so you could certainly get an apartment there and still be close enough by that you can use that car-free program, or you can jump on Topper Transit or something like that to get you to class. Brittany wants to know, are there online social work classes? I'm not 100% sure about the major fully.
Yeah. What I would suggest, well, not just about social work, but any academic program that you might be interested in, every semester usually looks a little bit different on what's offered online, what might be offered in person. So that's where, you know, your academic advisor is going to come in. And if you visit us online as well, it's wku.edu/online, has a list of all of our programs that are offered exclusively via online sources. And so that would be something to look at if you're looking specifically at doing online programs, maybe through, you know, distance learning if you're not planning to be on campus. But if you are a student on campus, every semester there's usually some classes that are offered online, and that just kind of changes a little bit, and your academic advisor can help you out with that.
Definitely. Okay, Will wants to know, oh my gosh, Will's going to be cooking in the room, oh my goodness. Will wants to know what things are not allowed in residence halls. Okay, that's a good question, Will. I know that the housing website, wku.edu/housing, has a full list of things that are allowed in the residence hall and are not allowed in the residence hall, including, unfortunately, your dogs. So, I know. But yeah, certainly check that out and see that. You can see that full list out on the website. Okay, Kinsey wants to know, do I have to be in honors to live in Minton Hall, which is one of the residence halls here on campus?
That's a good question, Kinsey. And pretty much, I would say yes, for the most part in there. We do try to keep that an honors hall pretty exclusively. There's usually quite a bit of interest with our honors freshmen wanting to live in Minton. But if for some reason all of those spaces don't get filled, then occasionally that opens up a handful of beds in Minton that might be available to students not yet in the honors college. But largely speaking, Minton is an underclassmen honors residence hall. However, we do kind of want to remind you all that most of our residence halls are pretty similar on the inside, especially if you're coming in as a freshman. So Minton, if you've come on a tour of WKU or you've gotten a chance to see that, that's going to be very similar to our other underclassmen halls as far as the amenities in the building, what your room looks like, can you move the furniture, all of those things are going to be pretty standard no matter if you're in the honors hall or you're in another building on campus.
Okay, Jackie wants to know, does WKU offer different tuition prices for students living in Nashville, Tennessee? Jackie, that's a really good question. We do have the tuition incentive program, which again is county-based. So Williamson and Davidson County do qualify for the tuition incentive program. So you can certainly check and make sure that the county that you reside in is part of that tuition incentive program. It brings out-of-state tuition down about 50%. So the full list of counties are going to be on the admissions website, wku.edu/admissions/tip.php. So you can certainly go out there directly, or if you don't remember all of that, you can go to that little search bar on the right-hand side and type in tuition incentive program. It will pop that information right up for you as well. Also, Christian Montgomery is your admissions counselor in Nashville. So he actually lives in Nashville. He's typically going to be the one that you see in your school at college fairs and different things like that. And he will always, always, always be happy to answer any questions for you while directly face-to-face.
Yeah. And for any students who are also joining us tonight that are outside of Tennessee but are out-of-state students, we do have TIP counties all throughout the United States. So make sure to visit that and take a look and see if your state and your county is listed on there.
And don't forget, if you are regular out of state, there is that $10,000 scholarship at a 3.0 and a 25 on the ACT. So don't fret, even though that price tag looks a little bit higher for a regular out of state tuition, you do have that great scholarship that's going to be out there for as well. Okay. Emily wants to know, are candles allowed in the residence hall rooms?
They are not allowed, unfortunately.
There you go, Emily. No candles. Sorry, girl. And we do have time for just a couple more questions, so make sure you get them in before we run out of time. Don't forget, you can message us live through Facebook, through Twitter, using the hashtag ChatWKU, or, just as you're thinking of things. Also, don't forget, Allison and myself, we both work here on campus, so we are both in offices. So if you have questions about honors, regular admissions, you can certainly reach out to us directly via the admissions email or the honors email as well. So if you have any specific questions for us, we are more than happy to answer any of those questions for you as well. Nicole, how do I accept my admission? So, how do you tell us that you're planning on coming to WKU? Girls, just call us. No, I'm kidding. There isn't an enrollment fee, so there's no enrollment deposit at WKU. Make sure you sign up for the Topper Orientation Program. That's going to be the best way that we know that you're 100% interested in WKU. We'll make sure to get you into classes on that day, as well as get that housing deposit in. So we want to make sure that we get you into one of these great residence halls on campus, so make sure you do that by the priority deadline as well. Okay, Logan wants to know, will there be another chat WKU like this before Christmas? Oh, they like us. Definitely. Oh my gosh, petition. Write us on Facebook. Tweet about it. We would absolutely love to do another one. Make sure you keep up with at WKU Admissions on Twitter, and keep up to date with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We all have our own personal Twitter feeds as well, and we will most certainly keep you updated. All right, guys.
Shout out to the Honors Twitter at WKU Honors. Follow us there or on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely.
Or Instagram.
Make sure you follow us, because that's going to be where all the great stuff happens. We always post about different events that are coming on campus, when we're going to be in your town, when we're going to be at college fairs, all that kind of stuff. And we love to give shout outs to different students as we hit different things. And as you tell us that you got into WKU, we love to retweet that. We love to like your posts and different things like that. All right, we've got just a couple minutes left. Pauline wants to know, when will the top dates open for fall of 2017? They're going to be up and coming. So they are going to probably pop up about February. Generally, we start our dates within the end of March, early April, so make sure you keep your eye out on the website. Again, that's going to be another great way to keep in touch with social media as well. We'll make sure that we post those dates as well. If you are a student who's coming in for the spring semester as well, we will have Topper orientation dates in January as well for those students who are coming in for the spring term as well.
Okay, looks like we had another residence hall, what can I bring, what can't I bring question. So candles are one example of something that is not allowed in the residence hall. Neither are hot plates. Most things to cook with you can't really do in your room. There's a kitchen on most floors. You can leave those items in the kitchen there, but no hot plates, no pets. You can have a fish, that is allowed, but no dogs, no cats, those have to stay at home. So make sure to check out the housing website, wku.edu/housing, and there is a full listing there of what you can and cannot bring with you when you load up to come to campus.
All right. Well, I think that's it, you guys. We made it the whole hour. I can't even believe it. So no more questions for tonight, but make sure that you tweet us at WKU Admissions if you have any other questions. I am at Amy on the Hill, so feel free to tweet me questions directly. At WKU Honors as well, if you have questions about honors. We are more than happy to answer any questions for you. And I just want to thank you guys so much for coming on the show. That's the first time that I feel like at Facebook Live. So thank you so much, and we will see you next time.